Down now for the Beer Chill Morning News on this Tuesday morning, September 22nd, 2015. Good morning to you all this lovely Tuesday morning, September 22nd, 2015. Here are your news and I, 09 temperature here at 8:30 on this Tuesday morning. Here is the Pope is wrapping up his 3-day visit to Cuba and will fly to the United States this afternoon. It will be the 10th time a Pope has set foot on the U.S. Scott Walker believed that surviving the recall prepared him for the rigors and scrutiny that came with the running of the president. Kentucky clerk Kim Davis says she refused to issue marriage licenses for her friends in her same-sex marriage relationships, complaining that even virtue couldn't convince her to change her stance. Volkswagen's emissions scandal ballooned on Tuesday that the automaker said it affects 11 million vehicles worldwide and will require the company to set aside $6.5 billion a year, which means $7.3 billion all American money. In Albany, Georgia, the former owner of the peanut company in Georgia was sentenced to 28 years in prison on Monday for his role in a salmonella outbreak that killed 9 people and sickened hundreds of rare instances of jail time in a food contamination case. In Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso, army units in the capital of Burkina Faso were poised on Tuesday to put it down and coup that was carried out last week by allies of the former president. More than 4 million Syrians are displaced by the civil war, but Bashar al-Assad is in one of them. There's 5 facts to explain why Syria's embattled president will remain in power. Brussels. European Union ministers were set to meet in an emergency session on Tuesday to seek agreement on a plan that would force individual countries in the bloc to accept the share of the hundreds of thousands of refugees seeking asylum. Manila. Philippines. Government abducted 2 Canadians, including the former body company executive of Filipino woman and the Norwegian manager of a skill marina and resort complex at the southern Philippine Islands, sparking the air and sea search. El Cobra, Cuba. Cubans described their countless miracles by perhaps the most legendary shroud on the hill beside it. That better than combined has shown a way to unite believers and non-believers. A Detroit man faces sentence enough to plead guilty to a reduced murder charge in a slate of a strange grant whose children remain missing. The tech-savvy idealist who helped President bypass the news media and make government work better half. In tragedy, rendered an arbitrary obsolete. Republican presidential candidate and former Florida Governor Jeb Bush posted a photograph with Kitty Wong during a tailgate party before an NCAA football game between Georgia and South Carolina as can Jeb Bush GOP win minority voters. Christina Wesselman left her home on July 21st, 1985. Headed for a nearby grocery store the next day, Wesselman's party showing new body was found in the field between her Grand Illinois home as man arrested in Illinois teen decades after rape and murder. Shanghai, Beijing. Chinese President Xi Jinping added his voice on Tuesday to officials trying to make sure the world, the government, was still firmly committed to financial reform. Following criticism and intervention to steady rocky markets in. 4 years ago, Rocky Mountain Institute to reinvent the fire predicted that climate protection will be led more by countries and companies that are international treaties and organizations both by the private sector and civil society. U.S. stocks ended higher on Monday, rebounded from losses late last week with help from the Apple financial shares, but a drop in the biotech shares. Limited events as we take a look at the stock market report here. Everywhere you go, everything you do, you're surrounded by an area of microbes. They drift under your hair. When you scratch your head, they fly off your hand when you wave your hand. They spit out of your mouth when you talk. As your body is surrounded by clouds of bacteria in your skin. US achieved a 49% score on the official's SAT test question that is not yet seen before. The ability of AI to solve geometry problems is compared with an 11th grade American student. It's always been given that native elections have been fishing for thousands of years, but now new study concludes that the practice dates all the way back. Paleontology can be pretty good work, especially when a steady diet those who can handle snow. To get to the Greek formation of Alaska, the area rich with fossils of creatures who lived in the ancient Arctic. Apples, peanut, bananas, and all Canadians are favorite whole food children in the U.S. The average child in the U.S. A company founded by genome pioneer Craig Venter will offer Banks of a South African-based insurance company, a whole exome secrets at all protein mix genes, and human genome price that box together never dramatic decline. A huge overnight price increase for the important tuberculosis drug has been rescinded after the company that acquired the drug gave it back to the previous owner under pressure. It was announced on Monday. Phase 3 results of the studies have been released recently by Merck and company incorporated in the entire body. Bezloxtumab to prevent the recent colorless of difficult. Okay, look at that stock market report here. Alright, look at that. New England Insular here, went for Massachusetts. Plummer Avenue at Francis Street. Motor accident rollover here. And now look at that stock market report down 16,510.19. SP 5 1966.97 and NASDAQ 4,088.96. Peter Childers 836 down after sports reporter the Boston Red Sox defeat the Tampa Bay Rays at Fenway Park 8-7 here. Sox Rays go out again tonight at 7:10 p.m. with Henry Owens to the mound for the Red Sox. What can we explain away as an elimination for Week 1 turned into a record nightmare for the Indianapolis Colts in Week 2 for the second week everything wrong for the Colts they lost to the New York Jets 27 on Monday night. While doing Patriots are at a tie with the New York Jets so far for 2 weeks for first place with a 2-0 record. The Phoenix Suns may have a disgruntled power forward at the moment, but between Marquise Morris, Moose, and Rich and John Lear, the team runs 3 deep in the 4 position that's before mentor trading combination. Corey Jefferson. Andy Murray gave Great Britain 1-0 in the advantage of Australia Davis Cup World. Group semi-finals East, short side, Danny. Crocodile 6-3, 6-0, 6-3 in Glasgow. Peter Childers 837. Time out for a travel reporter. 146 on the southbound side. It is so for the North Smith Express before Route 9 out of Lincoln, run out of there. 99 on the northbound side. So from Lincoln all the way after Woodstock in here. 146 on the southbound side. So from Lincoln all the way up to downtown Providence here. 95 on the southbound side. So from Lincoln all the way to downtown Providence here. 95 on the northbound side. So from the airport road in TF Green all the way out to Route 185 downtown Providence here. 185 on the westbound side. It is so from Seacock all the way up to downtown Providence here. Newport Bridge on both ends slow. 130 in the slow ride at Jamestown. 130 in the both ends little slow ride at Portsmouth stretch. 185 on the eastbound side is slow from Route 6 in Swansea all the way up to the Bracken Bridge and Fall River. 195 on the westbound side, slow for the Fall River stretch. 95 on the southbound side, slow for 152 in the North Harbor all the way up to 295 in Attleboro here. Route 4 a little slower around between 102 and Route 2 and North Kingside here. Up north, 95 on the northbound side, it is so from Route 1 in Sheridan all the way up to Route 128 in Canton, 24 on the northbound side, so from 123 in Brockton all the way to Route 128 in Canton, Route 3 to the northbound side, so from 220 in Rockland all the way after the Braintree split here. 95 on the northbound side, also get an accident after Route 140 in Nashville, so expect some delays here. 120 on the southbound side, so from 37 in Braintree all the way to the Braintree split. 120 in the northbound side, so from the Braintree split all the way out to Route 20 in Waltham here. Route 3 in the southbound side, so from 3 in Kingston all the way out to Plymouth here. 185 in the northbound side, so from Route 60 to Milford all the way out to before Mass Pike in Westboro here. Mass Pike in the eastbound side, so from Route 30 in Fairmont today all the way out to the Prue Tunnel. Mass Pike on the westbound side. It is slow from Logan Airport to Boston all the way out to Boston University here. Route 120 in the southbound side is slow from Reddit all the way out to Waltham here. 120 in the northbound side, so from the Waltham stretch. 93 in the southbound side, so from Stone all the way up to the Zankin Bridge. We had an accident on 93 in the southbound side after the Mystic Valley Parkway in Medford, so expect delays here. 93 in the northbound side, it is so from Medford all the way up to Route 93 in Reading here. Southeast Expression on the northbound side, it is slow from the Braintree split all the way up to Dorchester here. 93 on the northbound side, and the typical tunnel, it's slow for the downtown Boston. Southbound side is looking good. Southern tunnel, slow. Cal tunnel is looking good here. Mass Pike on the westbound side is slow for the Logan Airport to South Boston here. 120 on the northbound side, so Route 3 in Burlington here. Route 3 to the southbound side, so from Chilton all the way to Route 128 in Burlington here. 93 to the southbound side, it's from 485 in Andover all the way up to Route 125 and northbound Andover here. 485 to the southbound side, so from Hudson Stretch. 298 in the eastbound side, so from 146 all the way up to Route 9 in Worcester here. 122A, so before 290 in Worcester here. Route 2 to the eastbound side is so from Route 2 to the westbound side, so from Lexington to Route 128. Route 2 to the eastbound side, so from Route 60 all the way up to Fresh Pond Park, Belmont, Cambridge area here. 193 to the southbound side, so before Route 125 in North Andover here. 185 southbound side, so from Watson to Andover here. Up in New Hampshire here. 101 in the westbound side, so from Northampton to Exeter here. 93 in the northbound side, so from the Hudson Toll Plaza here. Up in Maine, the Maine Turnpike is looking good from York all the way up to Gardner via Portland here. Okay, look at MBTA alerts here at 8:41 here. Blue line experiencing minor delays due to signal problem. Green line experiencing minor eastbound delays due to stable train near Kenmore Station here. On the commuter rail, it's looking good, and on the ferries, all Human Health ferry trips will be around about 14 days due to scheduled long bridge construction added 3 to 8 minutes of travel. Peter Channel News time is now 8:41. Time now for weather report here for today. Most of Cascade have about 70 degrees. No fish about 5 to 8 miles an hour here. Tank, Petromac after 1 a.m. Boaz. Podcast got about 45 degrees. No fish about 5 miles coming to the near. Wednesday, Petromac for 9 a.m. Boaz. Sun's got about 75 degrees. Calm wind coming north around 6 miles per hour in the morning here. Wednesday, most coast got about 51 degrees. Calm wind. Thursday, Sun's got about 33 degrees. North fish about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Friday, most coast got about 51 degrees. Friday, podcast got about 69 about 50 degrees. Saturday, most podcast got about 67 about 48 degrees. Sunday, most guys got about 70 about 53 degrees. And for Monday, podcast got about 74 degrees. Here, not temperature at 8:42 a.m. 59 degrees of first gas humidity, 87%. And that's going to be for the Peter Channel Water News on this Tuesday morning, September 22nd, 2015. Please have a good morning with a good passage. See you for a new time report. Have a good morning here.